Hey, welcome to Shores Prepping. I'm your host, Greg. Been a few days since I posted a video. I'm working more hours to help overcome Biden inflation. Yes, he did that. And to help with my preparations. And I am continuing prepping even though we have a new government. And I am extremely happy with President Trump and the direction he is going. I am not counting on the government to save me. And you as a prepper or wannabe prepper or somewhere in between need to ask yourself some very, very tough questions. Yes, I'm happy with Trump. Yes, I am thrilled at the corruption being rooted out. Yes, I am very happy with people in government positions being fired and possibly being held accountable. And when he uses the term winning, I look at it as, okay, yes, we are, but winning implies we are in a competition. And who are we winning against? That means someone is losing. Some people say, okay, I did the best I can, and I lost the race. I will do better next time, or I can't overcome. The people we are winning against have spent millions of dollars to achieve their goals of the United States destruction. The cartel leadership is in the Forbes top 100 for being the richest people on the planet because of human suffering, which they took advantage of. They are not going to go silently into the night. They are earning $1 billion a month on migration, on sex trafficking, child trafficking, and other perversions, drug trafficking, that they can make $1 off of, and they like that money and they want to continue that money. The people down in Mexico, the duly elected President Sheinbaum, she is a leftist Marxist. She is not for a freedom fighter. She is a Marxist, and whatever she can get, she will get. And right now, the cartels are in control of the border for the most part, and they have green-lighted using drones to attack our Border Patrol agents and positions, and we were already involved in several firefights. Will they confront our military head-on? No, they will not. They will use guerrilla tactics, which is what they are used to. These people are savages. They torture people for the fun of it. Hitting them with machetes, beheading them, doing all kinds of horrible things to human beings in the name of their goal, in the name of their clan, whatever you have. It is enriching them monetarily. They will not go into the night. There is enough people on both sides of the border that have fortified positions and waiting for the green light to say, okay, Trump is hurting our cartel the most. Maybe it's time to strike back by saying, let's put the lights out in San Diego or Houston, Texas, or Chicago or New York or whatever. There is enough cartel members here illegally working with terrorists that they smuggled in with the tunnels underneath popping up in San Diego or Texas or Arizona. They have smuggled these highly dangerous wanted criminals into the United States so they could do their terrorist acts, which is what they were brought here before. So my point in telling you this is, even though you may be happy with all the winning, people are going to be losing, and very influential people, both in our government that are corrupt Democrats voting against laws to get rid of the illegal immigrants, to have sanctuary cities for criminals who hurt our civilians. There is absolutely no way these mayors, these governors can justify their position in taking over American citizens. There's no way that they can look me in the eye and say, I am protecting somebody from Guatemala because he has a right to be here and he wants a chance, even though he is a rapist, a pedophile, a thief, a robber, an arsonist, whatever. I'm going to do everything possible to make sure ICE doesn't take him away, even though he may burn down your house, even though he may rape your child, even though he may rape and murder your wife, I am still putting my priority over him. And if you ask any of these people that support that, you have to look at them and say, what are you doing in a position of authority? So you need to ask yourself the tough questions as a continuous prepper, as a new prepper, whatever. Do not rely on the government. No matter who is in the presidency or in authority, you cannot rely on the government to save you. That is a priority number one lesson you should learn if you haven't already. So I'm asking 5 tough questions. Some of them scared me. One of them was, here in Ohio, we were suffering from really extreme cold temperatures, growing zone 6A. We're talking 0 to minus degrees. The question I had to ask myself, since I moved out of our fortified position into a new home, I gave up a generator and all the comforts of security, and I am starting over. What if the power were to go out for an extended period of time? Where would we go? What would we do? How would we survive in minus degree temperatures? Could I heat our house and warm enough for us to survive, or would I have to leave and find someplace else? That's a very scary question. The thing about being prepper is you ask those questions and you attempt to come up with answers, which I have done. So number 1, asking yourself the tough questions, and you have to be honest. Am I prepared to survive, and how long could I do should a national catastrophe occur? I am preparing for a nationwide blackout through sabotage or natural occurrences. How long can I survive? Food, water, shelter. Can I survive? Can I eat? Can I fix enough food for the missus to eat? Can I keep our dogs? Can I survive until the seeds I plant provide food? So you ask yourself, are those 2 buckets of dehydrated food enough for me and my family to get along and survive for an extended period of time? No, they are not. So you ask yourself, how long am I prepared to survive and not just slowly die off, but maintain and thrive? Number 2, can I survive with no power in the dead of winter in 0-degree weather? Ask yourself that. Look around. No power, no heat, no water, and it is minus 10 below outside with a wind chill. How long can you expect to survive? Do you have a place to go? Can people come to you? Can you survive in that? Number 3, what if I get sick? What if my family members get sick? And when I say I am talking about those people associated with me, for the lack of saying he, she, they, and everything else. What if I get sick? Do I have the medicines to help me recover until I can get to medical help that may be available to me elsewhere? Or do I have to be my own doctor for an extended period of time, or my family member gets sick? What if? Now, I cannot do surgery. However, I do have enough knowledge to stitch, to bind wounds, stop the bleeding, stop the diarrhea, stop whatever disease may come in unsanitary conditions that we may face without power for an extended period of time. And I'm not talking 3 to 5 days. I'm talking months. Government will not help you. What if I had to leave home? Where do I go? How do I get there? And do I have a plan to survive there? Another tough question. You look at the people in California that have lost everything, literally. Whole communities burned down. There is no hotels available. There is no motels available. There is no places to go. How do you survive? You have to have a plan. You have to know who to contact, how to get there, and quite possibly rely on your neighbors and friends who may have not lost their house to say, Can I please sleep on a cot in your basement until I can get back on my feet? What if the next question, number 4, what if I have to, or number 5 rather, number 5, what if I have to stay home? Do I have enough supplies to say, yes, we can eat for 6 months. Yes, we have enough warm blankets, we have enough water, we have enough medicines to help me overcome whatever may be occurring. Remember, government is not coming to save you. FEMA will not be there. Government agencies will not be there. First responders probably will not be there because they will be taking care of their own families. That leaves you to survive in your community. Remember, the neighbors who are not prepared or less prepared than you are going to come to your house, hat in hand, and say, can I please have some MREs or dehydrated food or canned goods to feed my family for a day or two? When that food runs out, they will come back to you and say, may I please have more because we're hungry. First they will ask, and then they will take by force if necessary. Are you prepared to deal with that? Do you have home defenses set up to defend what you have and not just say, oh, well, God's going to take me should there be a nuclear bomb or something else. When it's my time, it's my time. That's defeatist thinking. That's afraid to confront the tough questions that you are asking, these 5 tough questions, and you're afraid, and so you're just going to throw your hands up and say, either nothing's going to happen, or the governor will be there, or when it's my time, I'm going to die and allow the rest of my family to make that decision how they want to go on. That's a quitter, and that's nonsense. I don't want to be any part of that thinking. When I prep, I tell them, this is what I'm doing. She knows what I'm doing. She knows where the stuff is at, and she half-heartedly knows how to prepare the food and eat it, even though she doesn't like it. She says, well, I guess if I'm hungry enough, I'll eat it. Damn right you will, and like it. Ask yourself these tough questions while we are still in a time of relative peace. You have people that are making billions of dollars through corruption, and you have the Democrats that are being forced out of power. They will strike back in subtle, absolutely horrific ways with no thought to your health or your safety. They want to stay in power. These corporations that have spent money, billions of dollars for the New World Order, they're not going to go silently in the night. They're going to find devious ways to subvert our democracy so that they can fulfill their destiny of one world, New World Order. Ask yourself the tough questions, and if you're not scared, you're not asking the right questions. Be honest, be real, and think about it. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing. Greg out.